afternoon. As you can see, I've already opened my Pastel. So this one is for N5. Just a reminder, in N5 you are to create a company on your own. You do all the setups, unlike N4 and N6. So question one, or before we go to the question one, let me just give you the information with regard to the question paper, the year of the question paper. All right. This one is November 2023 and 5. November 2023 and 5. All right. So question one says section A, Pastel Partner. Question one, you are requested to create a new set of account using Pastel program as the senior bookkeeper of MTT Catering Services. Do not use the setup assistant. All right, and then 1.1.1, it says here, create a new set of account, MTT. It also gives you the steps of creating the company. It says select file, new from the menu bar. Then we're going to say file, new. All right, and then they said do not use setup assistant, right? So we are going to choose option number 3 that says start a new company. Then here you're going to type the MTT, which is the name of the company that you are creating. Then we say create. All right, then we wait. It requires you to set up the password. Just remember that you are not to forget the password, because if you forget the password you can't proceed and no one can assist you since you are the one who created the password. So password, I will use CFS for computerized financial systems tab. I will repeat the password CFS tab. Where it says user, normally I use student. Never type your name where it says user, because that name will appear on some of your printouts. When you print it, will appear and will be penalized. So email address, security question, answer. You can type anything that you want to use, but it must not be the same. Then after click OK, you wait, get a message, okay, it's fine, okay. All right, step number 1, I've created the company. Then step number 2, it says it's 1.1.2. It says the following, set up the following under the setup menu, which is company parameters. It says click in the name field where your educational number appears and press Shift Control and T. Type MTT and examination number in the educational number field that appears on the sub screen. Deselect the use multi-currency on the multi-currency tab and click on OK. So this one is for your ID number to ensure that everything that you print, every document that you print under Pastel comes out with your ID number. You must follow this instruction. If you check here on top, it says educational number, Sage Pastel in brackets MTT. So we are to put our ID numbers so that it also appear on top. The ID number must appear on top, and then you know for sure that when you print it, will have your ID number. Set up company parameters. It requires the password. It's CFS. And then where it says educational, where it says name, you see here it says educational number, Sage. You click inside, you make use of the Control Shift and T. Then this will pop up. You type your ID number, straightforward. You just type your ID number. Then you say okay. Remember, where the message that says antique multi-currency on the multi-currency tab, here's the multi-currency. Before you click OK, you must make sure that you comply with the instruction. Then you click multi-currency, you antique use multi-currency. The last instruction under 1.1.2, it says deselect use multi-currency on the multi-currency tab. Click OK. We deactivated and then now can click OK. So now you'll notice that the ID number is appearing on top. I wrote 8888888. Here it is appearing, right? Then now We go to the next one, which is 1.1.3. It says here report writer categories. Remember, the instruction says we do all of this under the setup menu. Setup, report writer categories, report writer categories. Then you will type number one is capital. You type as it is. Do not type capital letters while you see that it's not capital letters. Type exactly what you see, exactly as it is. Right. Looks like I have forgotten something. Okay, let's see. Number four, I made a mistake. Yeah. Okay, this one is number 7. Okay, let me fix. Mm, 5. Sales. 4 is current assets. 8. Do we have number 8? Yes, expenses. Then you click on OK. Now, 1.1.4, it says here text and entry types. It says here, okay, number 1, the entry type is general debit. The text is general settings, the text system, do not use text. Click on OK. So we'll start with the entry type, setup entry type. Setup, we're doing the entry type one. Setup entry type. Then you type this one here, number 1, you will type the general. So by doing this, you are creating a channel. If you skip this one, you won't be able to record opening balances, which is supposed to be recorded on the general channel. You will note that we don't have cash books, we don't have the cash receipt, cash payment, the petty cash, because remember, you are creating the company from scratch. You'll only create the journal that is required on your paper, which is general journal in this case. So the letter D is fine, then click OK. Then the next one is setup text general settings. Then they say do not use text. Click OK. Do not use text. Click OK. Then here it says normal VAT. Click the drop arrow. You select do not use text. Then I say OK. You get a message is fine. OK. All right. And then 1.5 it says here period. Periods. Financial period 1 April 2021 and 31 March 2022. So there are many ways of doing the period. So I will use the method that I'm familiar with, and then if already you've been taught another method, please don't be confused, just proceed with the method that you are familiar with. So now we are going to say set up periods. All right, so the method that I'm using, we always start with last year. So already it's active on this year. This one is last year. And then if you check the dates given under 1.1.5, we have this year in the beginning on top, it's this year, which it says only setup period 1 April or 1 April 2021 to 30 April 2021. Click on create. Then last year it says here, last year period only setup period 12 March 01/03/2021 to 31/03/2021. Click on OK. So now remember I said normally the method that I'm using, I will start with last year. So you will click last year, and remember under last year they say only set up period 12. So now under last year we are given 2 dates from 2. So it says in March, under period 12 it says March 0103 2021 to 3103 2021. Now under last year I am going to take the end date, the last date from the question paper. I'm going to take the 31st, not the 1st, the last date. So as I take the last date, remember you capture under period 12, and then I'm taking the last date from the question paper, meaning that I will activate on the end column, not the start column. Because if you activate the start column, it means you are going to key in the first date, which is 0104. I mean 0103. So I'm taking the last date, which is 31. 31. This date is from the question paper under last year. And I'm saying to you, I take the last date that appears there, which is 3103 21. After this, I am going to click this year. And then under this year, remember, under this year they say only set up period 1. So could this year we set up the period 1. We are no longer going to set up period 12. Under this year we set up period 1. And as we set up period 1, I am going to type the first date. Between those 2 dates given under this year, I am taking the first date go this year. Good last year I am taking the last date and it is recorded at the end column. Good this year I'm taking the first date and it is recorded on the start column. So under this year is 010421. 010421. From here you are going to say okay. You are going to say create and okay. That's why it says here, if you check below on under this here, it says and click create, right? And click create. So sometimes they will say and click create and use end date and click on create. So normally in that case, if they say use end date as well, you start by creating, then you finish by activating the use end date. If you start by activating the use end date, you are going to get an error message as you click OK. So I'm going to say create, then OK. So if you captured the period incorrectly, it will give you an error message. It will not allow you to leave. It will tell you that you're out of the period. It will tell you something that is wrong about the period. You will see. Already you are familiar with that. So we are done with all the setups. So the next thing will be to create the general ledger accounts. So I will cut this video short here and we'll proceed with the next video. We'll proceed.